Good morning, Mega Podlings. I'm just kind of adjusting the camera there. Hang on a second. Let me, first thing I gotta do is turn the volume down on this, or else I'm gonna hear myself, and I don't want that. Give me a second. I'm still prepping myself here. I was going down to the wire getting ready today because we were having my wife and I were having a lively debate about our 3-year-old. Which is always fun. Our 3-year-old's been misbehaving lately in school. We're trying to figure out how to handle the situation. So give me just a second and I'll have the chat room up. Here we go. And there it is. There it is. All right. Hello, everyone. I got the chat room up now. Gary's here. Jeff is here. Movie Hunter. James Bayer, Sav, Evan Brewer, Greg. Hey, Joe, it's Greg. What Greg? Is this Greg, trying to figure out which Greg it is. I know a few Gregs. And, okay, Cinema Man, everyone's here. Marie, can't keep up. Jesse, you're all here. Hello, everyone. Crazy After Dark. Yeah, I got to remember to call it Crazy After Dark. Maybe I'll change the name for after the live stream when it goes into rerun mode. Maybe I'll go in and change the name to Crazy After Dark, Joey. Martinez Joe says he likes my Dumbo review. Thank you. It was a Crew Greg. Okay. Yeah, it was okay. Dumbo. I mean, I've heard people say it's terrible. It's not terrible. It's not very good either, though. But it's okay. Kyle, the Steven Seagal fan. Welcome, welcome. So how's everyone doing tonight? It is Monday. Where are the Peeps marshmallows? I don't have any Peeps right. There's some Peeps upstairs. But I don't have any down here with me. I'm going to show everyone something here. This is a friend of mine, my friend Ryan Giovinco, was in a thrift store and he found this and he picked it up for me and just gave it to me today. It's a Monkey's candy dish, I think, or some kind of Monkey's ceramic container to hold things. I guess it's a candy dish, but geez. Watch me break things on air. So the problem is I'm trying to hold it up like that, and it's supposed to sit down. So yeah, let's put that down now. Thought it was pretty cool though. So Ryan, if you're watching, I thank you. That is awesome. I appreciate it. All right, everyone wants Peeps. Yeah, me too. I would like some Peeps. Movie Hunter says, can't wait for tomorrow to pick up the Bumblebee Steelbook, which begs the question, how many of you saw the Paramount promo for the Bumblebee VHS tape? It was kind of sort of an April Fool's gag, but they had a promo to pick up Bumblebee tomorrow on Blu-ray, 4K, and VHS. And the VHS tape is real. There really is a Bumblebee VHS tape. I say sort of April Fool's because the little folk like us can't buy it. It was sent out to film critics. It was a promotional item that film critics received in the mail, and they didn't send me one. So yeah, but I would like one, but I didn't get one. I don't know. Did anyone see that? Did anyone see the Bumblebee VHS tape that they put out, that they put the ad out for today? Brian is here. Hello, Brian. Jesse says, I know you're a big Shatner fan. Do you like TJ Hooker? Hold the phone. Hold the phone, Jesse. Do I like TJ Hooker? Do I like TJ Hooker? Yeah. Complete series of Hooker. I got all 5 seasons of the Hooker. Interesting thing, because I don't know if anyone watched TJ Hooker regularly, but if anyone watched TJ Hooker regularly, they called him Hooker. Like, they didn't call him TJ, they called him Hooker. And because it's a cop show, there were often prostitutes on the show. They never called prostitutes on this show Hooker, ever. They never said she's a hooker, because they couldn't, because it was the name of the hero. Cool Duder, Geriatric Geek says, Cool Duder got a Bumblebee VHS tape. Well, damn that Cool Duder. I'm going to track him down, and I am going to steal that right out from under him. I'm not really, but I'm jealous. I would like one. Joey Baseball says, you never know. The Netflix show Fuller House started out as an April Fool's Day joke. Now it's a real thing. Did it really? I didn't know that. I had no idea. Gary Reed says, yeah, the Bumblebee VHS tape is nostalgia overload. The last movie I bought on VHS was True Grit with John Wayne. Factory sealed 6 years ago. I used to love VHS, but my VHS player won't work anymore. I got something that Cinema Sickness hates me for, because I know he wants it. But I have a VHS Blu-ray combo unit. It's one, like, you know, everyone has seen VHS DVD combo units. I have a VHS Blu-ray combo unit. They don't make many of those. They haven't, you know, it's a weird thing, but I got one. Joey Baseball says, Maury got a VHS Bumblebee. He probably did. That damn Maury screws everything up, that Maury. To anyone who's interested in Shatner, I've also got the full series here of William Shatner's Tech War, a series he did in the 90s for USA Network. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that this show was only... Excuse me. I believe this show was only released on DVD in Canada. It's by Alliance, and I think Alliance is a Canadian company. So I think you could really... I probably ordered that from Amazon Canada. All right, let's see. Brian says, what brand is it? What brand? What are we talking about? What brand is what? Oh, the VHS. The VHS Blu-ray. It's a Panasonic, I believe. Hang on, I'll go get the remote control. I'm not going to bring the whole unit over here. Let me bring the remote control over. Yes, it is a Panasonic. It is a Panasonic. Here's the remote, just so you know I'm not making it up. Blu-ray disc player. But if you look, it's got well, it doesn't actually say that it does VHS. It does though. If you Google it, Google Panasonic Blu-ray VHS combo, and you will probably find this. So what was I? Where were we? Captain Dino Man. That's a great name. Welcome, Captain. Jesse says, did I see the movie Showtime with Eddie Murphy and De Niro? Shatner was on there too. Yeah, I did see that movie. I got to be honest, I wasn't crazy about that movie, but I did like the Shatner scene. I am a big fan of the movie True Romance. I love that movie, and I just watched it last week. For my birthday week, I watched it because it's one of my favorites. But in the movie True Romance, the character of Dick Ritchie, Michael Rappaport's character, Dick Ritchie, is an actor, and he's auditioning for T.J. Hooker, the movie T.J. Hooker. And it's kind of funny because in the movie, they shot a scene at the Safari Inn in Burbank. Well, what's funny is on the show, T.J. Hooker, starting around season 3, Hooker gets divorced. You know, he's married in the first couple seasons, but after Hooker gets divorced in season 3, he moves into the Safari Inn, the very same Safari Inn where they shot True Romance. I stayed there once, by the way. All right, where were we? Movie Hunter says, bless you. Thank you. Gregory White says, I keep wanting to call us US. I keep seeing it, and I'm like, keep reading it US. Saw Us last night. All I could say is it was super suspenseful. I liked it. Dave Perillo liked it. And more importantly, Maury really enjoyed it. Maury thought that was a great movie. We gotta get Maury on the live stream one of these days. Gary says, Joe, all my kids want to do is fart and curse. Should I blame the government? Should I blame society? No. Yeah, you blame Canada, obviously. Cinema Man says, well, I didn't know they made those. Yep. And neither did Cinema Sickness. So I got one over on him there. But I got that long before I ever knew him. Sav says, I still got my VHS player and I watched Star Trek the original series on it. Marie says, congrats on your one Blu-ray purchase in today's CS video. Oh, she's not talking to me. She's talking to Chris. All right. Jeff asked if I'll be watching the first 2 episodes of The Twilight Zone. Yes, I want to watch them. I really do. I don't think my wife is interested. I've asked her, but I don't think she's interested. She's not a fan of the original Twilight Zone. I've shown her a couple episodes, though. She liked Night of the Meek, the Christmas episode, but she hasn't seen many. So I say it because I don't know if that's one I have to wait for her for, or if I could just go ahead and watch it. But I'm excited. I've read mixed reviews. Some reviews have said it's terrible. But then I read a few that said they thought it was pretty good. I guess with all things, you gotta decide for myself, right? But Jesse says, True Romance is an awesome Tony Scott movie. You know, it is, but I always think of it as a Tarantino movie. Obviously, he didn't direct it, but he wrote the script. And I often say, even though he didn't direct it, if it's not my favorite Tarantino movie, it's one of my favorite Tarantino movies. Cinema Man says, oh, thanks, Marie. Oh, side conversation. Okay. Nothing wrong with that, but I get lost sometimes. Movie Hunter says, is it just me, or did Men in Black 4 take all the Thor Ragnarok cast? Well, it's a good cast. Movie John is in the house. Welcome, Movie John. Good to see you. Jeff Hill says, it's out, Joe. The new episode airing tonight. Absolutely. Yes, April 1st. My fear is that I'm going to try to watch it on CBS All Access, though, and they're going to say, like, April Fools. It's not really on tonight. Excuse me. Sav's got most of the Star Trek shows on VHS. All right. Jesse asked if I like the 90s Outer Limits. I haven't seen many of the 90s Outer Limits. Honestly, I haven't seen many of the original Outer Limits either. Big Twilight Zone fan. But the Outer Limits, at least in this area, you know, the Philadelphia area, didn't get a lot of re-airings when I was growing up. You know, that's when I saw most of my reruns when I was growing up. So I haven't seen as much of the Outer Limits as I would like to. One of these days. Austin says, From Dusk Till Dawn is a great Quentin Tarantino film. I agree. Brian loves Jackie Brown. All right. Nate Pancakes. Great name. Episode 1 is free on YouTube. I did hear that. All Access has been doing that a lot lately. They put the first episode of Discovery Season 2 for free on YouTube. It's smart. You know, it's smart. It gets people, you know, interested. And then if they like what they see, they could subscribe. Joey Baseball asks, how is the weight loss regimen going? Yeah, I gotta start that up again. I gotta admit, I fell off the wagon when I got laid off. I think I got a little too depressed to exercise. And then I hurt my back. I kind of want to get back to exercising, but I've been dealing with back pain for over a week now. So hopefully we'll be getting back to it pretty soon. Movie John says Django Unchained and Hateful Eight are great too. Yep, I've never seen a bad Tarantino movie. Got to be honest. I know someone said Brian said he loved Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown's okay, but I got to admit that's my least favorite of his. I like all the others a little better. Gary Reed asks, Do I prefer John Carpenter or Joe Dante? I'm going to go with Joe Dante. I'm a big Joe Dante fan. I love all the guy's movies. I really do. I'd love to meet him someday. In fact, I was just talking about that this past weekend. This past weekend, I was at the New Jersey Horror Con in Atlantic City, and I was talking to Zach Galligan. And I told Zach Galligan, hey, Zach, I got this movie poster for Gremlin. It's signed by you. It's signed by the late Dick Miller. It's signed by Judge Ryan Hold. I said, you got to call up Joe Dante. Tell him to come out this way. And he said, he does cons. Apparently, he just doesn't like going to the East Coast for whatever reason. So one of these days, hopefully, I'll meet Joe Dante. I feel very congested all of a sudden. It's weird. I didn't feel congested all day. Then I start doing a live stream. I feel congested. Gary says, at Austin Dolan, the 2 sequels are terrible. I'm not sure what we're talking about. 2 sequels to what are terrible? From Dusk Till Dawn. Yes, they are. I got to agree. They are pretty bad. Jesse says, Reservoir Dogs is great. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Nate Pancakes asked, am I wearing a Mr. T shirt? Yes, I am. Normally I wear a shirt for one of my friends on a Monday night. I apologize I didn't get to do that tonight, but I was going right up to the wire. I didn't have a chance to change my shirt, so it's April Fool's. This is the same shirt I'm wearing. You're going to see a lot of this shirt because I have it I shot 2 videos last night. One of them already went up. One of them was the Dumbo review. But I also shot an unboxing video, which will go up tomorrow. And I shot them back to back, so I'm wearing this shirt. I knew these videos were going to be going up April 1st. So I changed them into this shirt right before I did the video. It was funny. And then I was going to change my shirt again right before I did this video. And the time just slipped away from me, unfortunately. Jackie Brown picks up when Max and Jackie meet. Brian says, damn, I was there too. It was where? I'm sorry. I lost that one. Joey Baseball says, have I seen the Tom Hanks Mr. Rogers photos? I have. Can't wait to see that movie. It's gonna be exciting. There's no trailer yet. I want a trailer for that. Is there a trailer? I didn't miss it, did I? I don't think there's a trailer for that. Jesse says, Joe Dante is a legend. The Howling, Gremlins, Interspace, The Burbs. Yep, Matinee, Gremlins 2. Absolutely. Even his newer stuff's pretty good. What was the one, the zombie movie he just did, where the girl, the zombie girlfriend, I'm blanking on the name. The late Anton Yelchin was in it. That was pretty good. So he's still doing some good stuff. Sav says They Live is great. Absolutely. Absolutely. The From Dusk Till Dawn TV series was kind of cool. You know, Brian, I started watching it and I liked it, but I fell off for no other reason than running out of time. I just don't seem to have enough time anymore, but I want to one of these days watch the end of it. Jerry Baseball says, I want Tarantino to make a kids movie. That'll be interesting. I still want to see his Star Trek. I hope he eventually makes his Star Trek. Oh, Brad, it was at the New Jersey Horror Con. Were you there Friday night? That's what I was only there Friday night. But I did meet Mick Garris. I went mainly to meet James Tolkien. That was the main reason I went. Brian, it was not Warm Bodies. I'm familiar with Warm Bodies, but no, he did a movie. Oh, geez. I wish... See, here's the thing. I'm reading the chat room on my iPad, and I'm shooting on my phone, so I can't... Burying the X. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Nate. Burying the X is the movie. Yes. Savvy asked if I've seen Attack the Block. I did once in the theater. I was a little let down by it. I'd like to watch it again, but I wasn't a huge fan when I saw it in the theater. Joey asked, does my little girl, Kira, know the song Baby Shark? Oh, yes. She loves that song. She loves it. But she gets very upset if I ever change the lyrics to a song. She doesn't, she's going to hate Weird Al Yankovic, I guess, because she does not like if you change the words, because I've been known to sing Baby Kira, do, 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 and she does not like that. So, can't do that. Brandon says he was there from 5 to 8:30. Wow, we were there at the same time, man. We were there at the same time. We must have just missed each other. And oddly enough, I was wearing a shirt very similar to this, except it said, "It ain't April Fool." But yeah, I was there. I got there around, we crossed over for about a half hour. I got there at 8. I was there from about 8 to 10:30 or so. Sav asked if I've seen the British show called Humans. I'm afraid I haven't. Movie John asks, how many figures on them shelves behind you? I didn't count them, actually. One of these days I will. I could count them now, but that might be boring. Would that be really boring if I just stood up and started counting stuff? I could do it like the count them and be like, one figure. Two figures. Jesse asks, favorite Weird Al song? Oh, that's tough. Of all time, it's really hard to say my all-time favorite, but in recent years, I've become very partial to Skipper Dan. I really like the song Skipper Dan. Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota is a classic. I like that one. Albuquerque is one of my favorites. Nate Pancakes asks if I've seen the new Ecto. Yes, the Ecto 1 Transformer. I want one. I would like one. Nate says Dare to Be Stupid. I don't know if Dare to Be Stupid is my favorite, but I have done that at karaoke. Hey, if you guys will just excuse me for one moment, I hate to run out on you, but I have to grab like decongestant or something because I am not. give me a second here. I apologize. I don't like to walk out like that. I don't know if I sounded as bad as I felt like I sounded, but I felt like I sounded really bad. Brandon asked, did I see Al on his last tour? He did a tour last March called the Self-Indulgent, the Ill-Advised Self-Indulgent Vanity Tour. I saw him on that tour. He announced another tour, but I don't know if it's happened yet or not. So I'm not sure if the Self-Indulgent tour was his last tour or if he's done one since then. I know he's announced one since then, but I was at the Self-Indulgent tour. Jesse votes for Gump, Amish Paradise, and Phony Calls. All good choices. We have votes for Dare to Be Stupid, Foil, Tacky. I don't remember Foil. I have all the albums, but I don't remember Foil. Yoda, Drive-In. Drive-In's weird. Handy. The problem with the newer songs like Drive-In, I heard Drive-In, and I thought it was kind of funny, but I didn't know the original song. Same thing with Handy. I thought it's like, okay, but I didn't know the original song. Part of the problem with Weird Al is I don't listen to enough of the current music that I don't know what he's parodying anymore. It's still good stuff, though. My Bologna is catchy. That's a good one. Movie John says, missed out on the CS live stream tonight, but from the thumbnail, I see he was solo again. Yes. Yes, he was. It's so much easier for me when he has someone else in studio because he usually goes till 10, and that gives me an extra hour to get down to the basement. Like I didn't even get into his chat room tonight because we were getting Kira to bed. Then we were discussing Kira and her behavior and how to handle it and blah, blah, blah. And as a result, I didn't get down to the basement until after 9. Fortunately, he was still on. But it's easier having that extra hour to get down here because we just got so much going on Monday nights, which is why I'm not there usually. Have I watched the trailer for The Dead Don't Die, the new Bill Murray movie? I have not, but let me write that down and I will check it out after the live stream. Does this pen not work? The Dead Don't Die. Hi, Jamel. Jamel says hi. How was my day? My day was all right. It was, well, I had a job interview today. I don't really want to talk about it too much because I don't want to jinx myself, but I've got my fingers crossed for this one. I really would like for this to work out. We'll see if it does. Brent says he loves the Lunchbox videos. Oh, thank you. We're very excited about them, Dave and I. I don't know if you could tell, but they were all shot in one day. So we got 2 more shot. You'll be getting one Friday, then you'll be getting one the next Friday. And I got to get down to his place and shoot a whole slew more of them. That's because it's not easy for us to get together. So we get together and we shoot as many as we possibly can. And then we're going to divide them up. But I really want... I'm excited about these videos, so I hope people are enjoying them. One thing I was thinking is it might not be my regular audience. You know, my regular audience is people who are interested in movies, whereas those might be more for people who are into other kinds of collectibles, like specifically lunchboxes. So those videos might find a whole new audience. I don't know. We'll see. We gotta give it time. But I'm excited about them. Brandon, you were at the Atlantic City tour for the Weird Al show. Man, Brandon, you and I are just traveling in the same circles. I was also at that show, as was my friend Jeff, who Al kept calling out from the stage. He said, you know, this next song I'm doing because Jeff Nacera wants to hear it. Which is funny because my friend Jeff lives in L.A., and I didn't know he was there that night until Al called him out from the stage. And I was like, Jeff's here? And I had to track him down after the show. Nate says, always enjoyed Weird Al's Polka Jams. Absolutely. Absolutely. Chris says, good night. See you this weekend. I'm going to try to come, Chris. I'm going to try it, hopefully. By the way, everyone, just to let you know, because you still have a couple hours to enjoy it, there's a local Philadelphia radio station. And it doesn't matter where you are in the country. You can access them through the internet. But there's a local Philadelphia radio station called Ben FM, 95.7 Ben FM in Philadelphia. Google them. You'll find their website. You can stream right from the website. Today for April Fool's Day, they've changed their format for one day only. All TV theme songs all day long. It's all they've been playing. Nothing but TV theme songs. It's been a lot of fun. I've been listening to it in the house, and it's been very entertaining. So if you like TV theme songs, you can access them anywhere in the country. Ben FM. Geriatric says, good luck on the interview. Thank you, man. I'm really hoping. Oh, but Joey, the reason I brought that up is because you say no wonder Garfield hates Mondays so much, but I heard the theme from Garfield and Friends on the radio earlier tonight. Gary says, Joe, what is your favorite episode of the original Star Trek? Mine is Season 1, Episode 19, Arena with the Gorn. Oh, man, do I love the Gorn. I have a Gorn right here. There's a Gorn. Hello. And I have nowhere to put this. I got this poster here. I got to find a home for it. Now I'm going to unravel this poster, and then I won't be able to get it back in. So that's the way it goes. But while I'm doing that, let me show you this. I got these geeky tikis down here. These Star Trek tikis. Like, there's Geordi. And here's C-3PO. Here's a Klingon. But last July, Adam the Woo was here. Because we were shooting that video where we went for cheesesteaks together. And he ended up driving me home, so he was here. and he went nuts. He's apparently a big fan of the Gorn. He went nuts over my Gorn tiki mug. So this is actually a replacement because I gave Adam my Gorn. I was like, here, take it. You love it. Take it. I love it too. So my two favorite Star Trek aliens of all time, by the way, are my Gorn and my Megatu. I love the Megatu. Those are my two favorites. But where was it? To answer your question, by the way, as much as I love the Gorn, my favorite episode is A Piece of the Action. I love A Piece of the Action. Here we go. Check this poster out. I gotta find a spot for this. Battle of Brawn, Kirk and the Gorn. I love this poster. So I gotta find someplace to put that. I got too many posters and not enough wall space. Oh, Movie John is going. Good night, Movie John. Thank you for stopping by. Let's see. Movie Collector says, did I get the new Mr. Rogers book called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, The Poetry of Mr. Rogers? I did not. I'll have to look for that. I didn't know about that. They also put out another DVD of collection of episodes. They put like 30 episodes in a collection, and they're pretty cheap at Target. They're pretty cool, but my only problem is they're all episodes from 1979 and beyond. I really would love them to put out a DVD containing the early 70s episodes, where the Mr. Rogers, you know, in the late 70s, he painted his walls blue. So from like 77 to the show, to when the show ended in 01, he had blue walls. But if you watch the early 70s episodes, his walls were yellow. I would love to see some of the old yellow wall episodes on DVD. Jesse asked, do I like the Bill Murray movie Quick Change? Absolutely. That's a fun movie. I like that. Geriatric Geek says, I love all collectible videos. Have you watched the Lunchbox videos, Geriatric Geek? What do you think? I'm really excited about them. Those are the videos I'm most proud of. By the way, I did a video. Brent asked if I like Tiny Toon Adventures. Absolutely. Classic show. I did a video this week about Cruel Intentions and how I thought it was really weird that movie got a 20th anniversary theatrical re-release. It's honestly a movie I never hear people talk about anymore. Like, I never hear people say, oh, it's like one of my favorites. It never seems to come up in conversation. Am I alone in this, or did anyone else find that whole thing a little odd? Like, maybe I'm the only one who didn't know that it had this huge following. Maybe everyone's like, Joe, we knew. What did you guys think? Am I alone in this thinking that was odd? No. I want my slaw. Welcome. I want my slaw. What did they fill the extra 60 minutes of Dumbo with? Political messages about how circuses are bad and how circuses mistreat animals and elephants. Basically. Yeah, it's a very anti-circus message, which nothing wrong with that. I mean, certainly circuses aren't, exactly good for elephants. So yeah, no, I understand, but I just thought it was a little out of place for a children's movie. It's not, it's not that kind of movie, I wouldn't think, but there you go. Jesse says, hope they played the Night Court TV theme song. I didn't listen all day, but they should have. They should have. I texted them and requested the Alien Nation theme song. Remember Alien Nation, the TV show Alien Nation? I requested the theme. Didn't hear it, though. Did not hear it, though. Joey Baseball says, I believe it was Maury's decision to make Dumbo 150 minutes. Maury is close friends with Tim Burton. I don't doubt it. He's real tight with Jordan Peele, too, by the way. What are my feelings, Jeff asks, about Mark Hamill doing the voice of the new Chucky? Well, I've mentioned before, I want no parts of this new Child's Play movie. I want no parts of it. They're not getting my money. I think that they've really done a disservice to Don Mancini. Don Mancini is the creator of the franchise. He wrote the original. He wrote every single one of the Child's Play movies, and he's still working on another sequel at Universal and a TV series at Universal. So MGM, obviously, they have the rights to one and only one of the Child's Play movies. That's the original. So they're doing a remake, despite the fact that the original series hasn't ended and is still going on. And Sci-Fi Channel is doing a TV series with the creator Don Mancini, and Brad Dourif will be the voice of Chucky on that TV show, and he's still trying to get another movie off the ground. So I think it's a little underhanded. However, that being said, Mark Hamill's a very talented voice actor. I'm sure he's going to do just fine in the role. I mean, they got a good choice there. I mean, they picked well, but I don't like what happened with that movie. It bothers me. There's a part of me that actually kind of wants to see it because it does actually look like a good movie. Like what the studio did and what the filmmakers did are two different things. But I don't want to give it. I don't want to support it. I don't want to contribute to its box office because I think it was sort of an underhanded movie. Sav says, when I get a chance, check out this link. No link came through, Sav. I didn't get a link, but if you send the link again, I will check it out. Joey says they need to stop doing these 30-episode Mr. Rogers DVDs. There's like 1,500 episodes. Yeah, that's true. I think the 30-episode sets are better than nothing. I just wish that they would run the range of years a little bit better. Joey says they need to put out Mr. Rogers DVDs in at least 100-episode collections. That would be great. I think Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is a perfect vehicle for online streaming. Like, I know people love their physical media, but when you have that many episodes, it is going to be hard to put them all out. But if there was just somewhere where you could stream every episode of Mr. Rogers, it would be a lot easier. But they're not even doing that. Like, some of them are up on Amazon Prime, but not all of them. It's like they need like someone, maybe PBS's own website. Put them all out, man. Just put them all out. Let people watch any Mr. Rogers they want. All like over, is over 1,000 episodes. Watch them all. Nate Pancake says it's a horrible film. I apologize, Nate, but I lost track of what movie we're talking about. So let me know, Nate, what movie it is. Brian says, I live in Sarasota. We had circus here for years. Yes, the Ringling Brothers Museum is in Sarasota, isn't it? And I'll tell you this, Dumbo, in the movie, they start with a map, like show you where the train's going, where the circus is going. It starts in Sarasota. I'm sure that's a tip of the hat to the Ringling Brothers. Movie Collector says, I didn't know Cruel Intentions had a huge following. I've never seen the movie. I like the video you made about it. Thank you, Movie Collector. Yeah, I had no idea that movie had a fan base. I was really thought it was bizarre. Like when I saw a t-shirt in the men's department, I was like, really? There's a demand for Cruel Intentions t-shirts? And someone told me, oh, it was popular with teenage girls. And I'm like, yeah, but they were selling a t-shirt in the men's department. I don't know. Jesse says, I've never seen the Alien Nation TV show. I did see the movie. Great movie, by the way. It was a great movie, and it was an even better TV series because the TV series really got in depth into the alien culture. And the pilot episode of the series is kind of a sequel to the movie. Kind of picks up where the movie left off. Except the TV series and the movie have weird continuity. The TV show definitely acknowledges the movie. It picks up plot threads from the movie. It even has flashbacks to events that happened in the movie. But in the movie, James Caan plays Detective Sykes. He's much older than Gary Graham, who plays Detective Sykes on the show. And James Caan has a daughter in the movie who's getting married at the end. And they make it pretty clear that Sykes, I don't believe he has any kids. He certainly doesn't have a daughter who is old enough to have gotten married. So the continuity is a little bizarre, but it's a great show. Gary says, what would Brian Boitano do? He'd go get Paramount to get a 20th anniversary screening of South Park. That's what Brian Boitano would do. I'd get behind that. That would make more sense to me. I think South Park has a bigger following than Cruel Intentions. Mr. Everett says, Cruel Intentions is a good film, and I like the video you made about it. Thank you. I thought the movie was pretty cheesy, actually. I didn't remember it, but I thought, man, the dialogue I thought was pretty poor. And they really overacted. Like, it was super, like, hammy theatrical acting, which probably, I know Sarah Michelle Gellar is a good actress because she's given some terrific performances on Buffy. Like, the episode The Body, where her mother died. Tremendous performances there. So I know she's a good actress. They must have been trying to, like, ham it up, is the only thing I could think of. Brent says, when does the Mr. Rogers movie with Tom Hanks come out? I'm not sure, but I think it's this summer. If it's not this, it might be this fall. They might be trying to push that as an Oscar movie, actually. Oh, Nate says Cruel Intentions. It's every actor I dislike from that period in a film about brats. Thank you, Nate. They said my video was hilarious. I can't say I hated those actors because I liked Sarah Michelle Gellar. I love, Buffy's like my favorite show. I thought Ryan Philippe was a pretty poor actor. I never was a huge Reese Witherspoon fan, although she was good in Walk the Line. And Selma Blair I kind of liked. She was good in Hellboy. I haven't seen a lot with her in it, though. So, yeah, I didn't really have a problem with the cast, except Ryan Philippe. I didn't think he was very good. Joey Baseball says, PBS is notoriously bad at DVD releases. Absolutely they are. Yes, they are. Though, you know what's weird? PBS is putting out the Garfield DVDs. There's these Garfield DVDs coming out right now. They're put out by PBS, which I don't understand. Like, Garfield was never a PBS show. I don't understand why PBS is putting the Garfield DVDs out. It just seems very odd to me. Jeff Hill says, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, November 22nd. Makes sense. Makes sense. They're going to push that for Oscars. Jesse says, do I like the 80s Tom Hanks movie, The Man with One Red Shoe? You know, I've never seen that one. I'll have to check that out one of these days. I've actually never seen that one. Brandon says, were there a lot of people in your screening of Cruel Intentions? No, but that probably has more to do with the fact that I saw it at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. Whatever you see at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday is not going to have a lot of people in it, unless it's like the middle of the summer, maybe. Oddly enough, there was a group of women in their 40s, roughly my age, comes in, 3 of them, sit together, and they giggled and laughed through like the first 15 minutes of the movie, were talking to themselves. Then after 15 minutes, they got up and left. So I don't know what their story was. Like, I don't know why they came in and then only decided they wanted to watch 15 minutes and that was it. Maybe they were theater hopping, maybe, but it was too early. Like, it was 11:15. It's not like they could have gotten out of another screening and were like, let's, just hide out until the next movie starts. Because there was no earlier screening than that. So it's not like, I don't know what they could have been. I don't know what they were up to. It was very weird. Brian says, most memorable part of Cruel Intentions was that it was slightly pushing incest. This is true. But you know what they say, incest is the game the whole family can play. that somebody says that, I don't know. If they made a movie between Superman and Deadpool, who would win? Depends. That really depends. Are we playing it straight or for laughs? Because if we're playing it for laughs, I bet Deadpool wins. If we're playing it straight, I'm giving it to Superman. Gary Reed says, best musical in a Trey Parker, Matt Stone movie is Lease the Musical. Everyone has AIDS. Yep. That's a good one. I always like Cannibal the Musical. Let's Build a Snowman. Let's build a snowman. We can make him our best friend. We can name him Bob or we can name him Beowulf. Sav asks, will I see the new Hellboy? Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see the new Hellboy. It looks really good. Though I am disappointed James, what's his name? Guillermo del Toro. I'm disappointed he didn't get to finish his trilogy because I really like Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. I like both the del Toro movies, but I really like The Golden Army, and I would have liked to have seen what he would have done with the third one. Hey, here's a question. Does anyone here have Shudder, the streaming service Shudder? I ask because there's a series that just came to Shudder like a week ago called Critters, A New Binge. It's a sequel to Critters, and I love the trailer. It looks hilarious. I really want to see it, but I don't have Shudder. Does anyone else got Shudder? Does anyone recommend it? Let me know. Has anyone seen Critters, The New Binge? I'd like to know if anyone's seen it, what you guys think. Brent asks if I'm going to see the Disney movie Artemis Fowl when it comes out. Got to be honest, I haven't seen a trailer for that. I don't know much about it. Let me write that down next to The Dead Don't Die. Is there a trailer? If there's a trailer, I will look it up. Jesse says, favorite 80s fantasy movie, Labyrinth, Dark Crystal, Legend, Neverending Story, or Willow? That is so easy for me. I'm going with the Dark Crystal. And this is Kira the Gelfling, whom my daughter could be named after. But actually, my daughter's named after Kira from Star Trek. But you know, Kira the Gelfling is cool too. Love the Dark Crystal. Absolutely love the Dark Crystal. Where was I? Joey Baseball asks, who is the new Hellboy? Oh, it's the guy from Stranger Things. David, what is his last name? I'm blanking. David Harbour from Stranger Things. Yeah, Movie Hunter says never heard of it. Never heard of Shudder? Or never heard of Critters, the new binge? I don't know. Gary Reed says, Joe, I have to go, but one last joke for you. What's the difference between an Irish wedding and an Irish funeral? There's one less drunk. I've heard that before. I am half Irish, so you know, I have heard that one before. Joey says, I have no idea what Shudder is. Shudder is a horror streaming service that is run by AMC, not AMC, the movie theater chain, but AMC, the TV channel, American Movie Classics. And it's a streaming service that is all horror related. And I've never really had much of a desire for Shudder until I heard about this Critters series. It seems like it's pretty cheap. It's like less than $5 a month, I think, but I don't know. Brandon has seen it. He says Critters, the new binge, was okay. The trailer looked funny. Joey says there are too many streaming services. It makes cord cutting pointless at this point. Well, I disagree. I think it's actually great because it gives you so many choices. You just have so many choices, and you don't have to just like have one streaming service month after month. You can like hop, you know. You could do, oh, I got Netflix, but I watched every episode of The Punisher, so now I'm going to drop Netflix for a couple months and go over here and watch everything they got, and then drop that for a couple months. And because, you know, like I remember when Showtime was on, everyone used to always drop Showtime after the season finale of Dexter. It was like, oh, Dexter had their season finale, drop Showtime. The next day, everyone will call Showtime, cancel Showtime. Then, like a year later, it was like, oh, Dexter's about to premiere. Everyone will call up Showtime and resubscribe to Showtime. So I think it could work like that too. I have, for streaming services, I have Netflix, DC Universe, CBS All Access, and Amazon Prime. I don't really count. Yeah, it's a streaming service, but I don't get it for the streaming service. I get it for mainly the free shipping. There's so much you get with Amazon Prime that. But I don't have Hulu. There's really nothing on Hulu that I'm interested in. So, you know. And if I get Shudder, it's probably just going to be for a month. Watch the Critters shows, and then I'll probably drop that. So. But I like having options. I think it's great that there's so many venues for shows right now. Nate says Shudder is great. Tons of good films and docs only on there. Plus Joe Bob Briggs every Friday night. I miss Joe Bob Briggs. Joe Bob Briggs was in Atlantic City this past weekend, but I missed him. He wasn't at his table when I was there. I would have loved to have met Joe Bob Briggs. I loved Monster Vision back in the day. Monster Vision was so much fun. Sab says the women who ask Hellboy for ID in the trailer is in a British soap called EastEnders. I'm familiar with the EastEnders. I've never watched it, but it's pretty big in Britain, from what I understand. I think everyone who's anyone in Britain has been on the EastEnders at one point. Brian says I had it through my old cable hookup back when it was Chiller. Oh, did Chiller turn into Shudder? I knew about Chiller, but I didn't realize they were the same channel, that they just changed their name. Brent says we need a Bill Nye the Science Guy complete series. Jesse says Wayne's World or Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted all the way. Though I do like the Wayne's World movies. Really love Bill and Ted. And I really love Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. The second one. That's my favorite of them. And I can't wait for the third one. Brandon says it should have been just made a movie. The episode format broke the flow. They were offering a 1-week free trial. Well, a 1-week free trial should be enough for me to watch all the critters. Joey says when you have 20 different streaming services, it adds up. See, yeah, but I don't think you need to have 20 at one time. Like I always cancel CBS after Star Trek's finale, and then I pick it up again before Star Trek starts again. So I just kind of jump around. Nate says $5.99 a month or $3.99 if you pay for a year at once. Pretty cheap these days. That is pretty cheap. Brian says just use Netflix and Amazon. Or he just uses Netflix and Amazon. Okay. Nate says worth doing the site and not on Amazon because you can't watch the live channels on the Amazon version. Interesting. I didn't know there was a live version. Okay. Thanks for the tip. Brian says, hey, Joe, Rhonda, Becky, Charlotte just got arrested on Raw. I don't know who that is. Is that Raw's WWE, right? Is she a wrestler? I only know the old 80s wrestler. I used to be a big wrestling fan, but I don't follow it anymore. Joey says, what is my favorite movie theater as of the year 2019? Specific theater or chain? Ooh, that's a tough question, Joey. I would have said Movie Tavern up until I saw Captain Marvel there. It's such a bad experience at Captain Marvel. But up until Captain Marvel, Movie Tavern was always the most comfortable, really comfortable, reclining seats and just as comfortable as can be. My local AMC 309, they're not bad. They have reclining seats, but they're kind of, the recliner is narrow. I wish it was a little wider. But yeah, no, I prefer the recliner seats. Definitely prefer the recliners. So yeah, favorite, I don't know, man. Ask me again next week because I'm going to Movie Tavern again because we got a refund. They gave us our money back on a gift card because we came in with a gift card. There was a gift card in my Christmas stocking, and we used it for Captain Marvel. And then they put all the value back on the card again because of our bad experience. So now we still have the gift card. So we're going again this weekend to see Shazam. So next week, I'll tell you if we had another awful experience there. Maybe they'll redeem themselves this week. Jesse says, I use IPTV on my Android box. $15 a month for over 600 channels, and it's got all shows and movies on demand. Pretty cool. All right. Sab says, it's 3:06 a.m. in the UK. I'm going to sleep. And Joe, I don't wear PJs. Sab sleeping in the nude. TMI, too much information. But good night to you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Joey Baseball says, is the wife vacuuming? No, she is upstairs watching TV. I asked her if she wanted to join tonight, but I think she was just too tired. And I think she was, like I said, we've been having a rough time with Kira lately, so I think that took a lot out of her too. Brian says, yes, they are. Oh, it's a wrestler. Okay. Nate says, ever use Tubi? It's like free Netflix with tons more weirdo films and TV shows. Yes. Tubi has the complete series of The Weird Al Show. The Weird Al Show from the 90s. That's fun. Brian says, do you know where I can get Home Improvement on DVD? I don't. Amazon, probably. But I've never been a Home Improvement fan, to be honest. Joey Baseball says, I've only gone to a theater with recliners once for the Matt Damon movie, The Martian. That was actually the first movie I saw at Movie Tavern, was The Martian. I fell asleep, not because it was boring, but because I was too comfortable. Well, I have sleep apnea, so if I'm not careful, I fall asleep no matter what. It doesn't matter what kind of seat I'm in. That's why I always need a caffeinated beverage. I'm in a weird place because, you know, I'd like to lose weight, so I don't want to drink soda. But if I don't drink a soda at the movies, I'm likely to fall asleep because I need the caffeine. So it's this weird thing that I can't seem to escape. I try to only drink soda at the movies, though. All right, guys, it is past 10. I think I'm going to wrap things up. Jesse says, I wish WWE would put out an official DVD of Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. That would be awesome, man. That would be great. I'd love that. I loved that show. But, guys, I got to wrap it up. I am getting a little tired, and it has been an hour. So, but thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. We'll do this again next Monday. And if you haven't already, please check out the Lunchbox Bunch videos I've been doing with Dave Perillo. We're both really excited, really proud of them. So check them out. And thanks a lot, guys. Brian says have a good night. Thank you, Brian. You too. Joey, everybody. Everybody have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. So have a good night and keep wearing those pajamas.